Today, I am going to explain the film called Curiosa. Please support me and subscribe to this channel. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. At the beginning of the film, we see a poet named Pierre, who is in love with Marie, the daughter of his mentor, José María de Heredia. Pierre's colleague and friend Henri is also in love with Marie. As for Marie, she is in love with Pierre and is planning to marry him. One day, Pierre writes a letter to Henri and tells him that he and Marie are in love. Henri isn't happy about this, as he doesn't want to give up on his love. So he approaches Marie's father and asks him to get Marie married to him. Marie has no choice but to obey her father, as Henri belongs to a wealthy family. So not only will he help pay off her father's debts, but will also improve her overall social position. Pierre gets mad at this and confronts Henri. Henri tells him that his love for Marie is greater than the friendship he shares with Pierre. Henri and Marie eventually get married and are quite happy in their life. Henri informs Marie that Pierre has returned from Algeria and brought a woman along. Her name is Zora and she is in a passionate relationship with Pierre. The two enjoy taking wild photographs together and often invite their friends as well. Soon after learning about Pierre's return, Marie goes straight to see him. She is happy to see Pierre and tells him that she missed him. It is clear that the two still have feelings for each other and they eventually kiss. Even though she has a happy married life with Henri, she continues to have an affair with Pierre. She even writes him a letter that she too wants to be photographed in immoral positions. Pierre accepts her request and tells her to come to his apartment. He then starts by taking a portrait of her. Pierre expresses that even though he couldn't become her husband, he wants to become her lover and teach her things she didn't know about. As the photo session begins, Marie starts taking her clothes off to pose nude for the camera. Later, Pierre goes to meet Henri and seems to have forgiven him for marrying Marie. Marie pretends that she is meeting Pierre for the first time since his return. When Henri is away, she and Pierre try to spend as much time as possible together. One day, Pierre brings one of his friends Jean over to his apartment and shows him a diary of all the women he had an affair with. When Jean asks him why he keeps such a diary, Pierre says he doesn't know. As days pass by, Pierre and Marie continue their affair at Pierre's apartment. Pierre then suggests that they should also invite Zora, as it will be more fun. But Marie refuses, as she wants Pierre for herself. She then realizes that Pierre has many other mistresses just like her, which upsets her. But despite this, she continues to meet him whenever she can. One day when Pierre isn't home, Marie finds his diary and is intrigued by the pictures of all the women. When Pierre returns home, he continues taking more pictures of Marie. Afterwards, Marie asks him if she is just the latest collection of his album. But Pierre doesn't answer and instead says that he loves her. Soon after she leaves, Pierre approaches a young woman selling flowers on the streets. He invites her to his apartment and convinces her to pose nude for him. Pierre does the same with all other women, including Marie. One evening, Henri and Marie go to a party, where Pierre and Zora are also invited. When Marie sees them together, she feels jealous and decides to leave the party. But Henri stops her and convinces her to stay. He is getting suspicious about her behavior but decides not to confront her. Instead, he checks her room and finds the nude photographs taken by Pierre. Henri is devastated by this and realizes that Marie never stopped loving Pierre. This is why Marie never allowed him to make love to her. So he tries to make love to her forcefully, but Marie stops him and tells him that she doesn't love him. She would rather be Pierre's mistress than let Henri touch her. She then goes to Pierre's apartment to see Pierre. But she is shocked to see Zora entertaining Pierre and his friends. Later, she tells Pierre that Henri found out about them and begins crying. While comforting her, Pierre takes more pictures of her. Later, Pierre tells Zora that she should return to Algeria, as he is no longer interested in her. Zora gets mad at this and doesn't want to leave, but Pierre forces her to leave his apartment. Later, she confronts Marie on her way back to Pierre's apartment for forcing Pierre to send her away. As Pierre isn't home, Zora tells Marie that she can do things that Marie could never do. She then undresses Marie and teaches her the things she can do. Marie is intrigued by this and can't resist herself anymore. Meanwhile, Henri goes to talk to Pierre but doesn't confront him about his affair with Marie. Instead, when Pierre reveals that he kicked Zora out, Henri suggests him to return to Algeria, where he can be with Zora. When Marie learns that Pierre left for Algeria, she is heartbroken and realizes that Pierre is in love with Zora. Because of this, she even falls ill and is considering divorcing Henri. Once she recovers, she goes to see Jean and tells him that she is bored in her life. So Jean asks her if she would like to become his mistress, to which Marie says yes. As days pass by, Marie begins writing stories and sends them to Pierre to get his attention. Pierre is fascinated by the stories and writes to Marie that she is the only woman he truly loves. Soon after that, Marie writes a letter to Jean and asks him to stop coming to the apartment, as it's over between them. After a couple of days, Pierre returns to France alone. At the apartment, he finds a picture of Jean and Marie in compromising positions and realizes that the two were having an affair while he was away. Pierre also learns that Jean has committed suicide, as he couldn't live without Marie. Pierre is devastated by his friend's death. When Marie learns about this, she goes straight to Pierre's house and tries talking to him, but Pierre ignores her as he blames her for Jean's death. Later, Henri informs Pierre that Marie is pregnant and that he is going to be a father soon. Pierre is shocked by this but doesn't reveal his emotions. Marie's mother tells Marie that she should stop thinking about Pierre and move on in life. But deep down, Marie thinks that Pierre is the father of her child. After a couple of months, Marie gives birth to a healthy little boy and names him Pierre. But despite this, Marie isn't happy in life. So to make her happy, Henri decides to talk to Pierre and asks him to meet Marie and her baby. Pierre and Marie are happy to see each other again and express their love for each other. Henri knows that they still have feelings for each other and he can't do anything to stop them. So he asks Pierre privately to get him an apartment next to the one where he and Marie often meet. Pierre agrees and gets him the apartment next to his. When Marie comes to Pierre's apartment, Pierre doesn't waste any time and starts making love to her. Henri is listening to them from the other room helplessly. This is the only way he can get close to Marie, as she still doesn't even let him touch her. One evening, Marie's mother informs Marie that her friend Louise wants to marry Pierre. Marie says that Louise will never be happy in her life, as Pierre travels a lot and has many mistresses. But her mother tells her that Louise will be fine, as Pierre is a good man. So the next day, Marie sends Louise to Pierre's apartment so that the two can get to know each other better. The next day, Marie goes to see Pierre and tells him about the marriage plan. Pierre gets furious and says that he has no interest in marriage. But Marie says this is the only way she can get close to Pierre and take care of him. She doesn't mind sharing him with Louise, as long as she can be with him. She even says that he can be with her during the day and with Louise at night. Later, Marie tells Henri that she has started writing stories. Henri is happy for her and expresses that he would love to assist her. Meanwhile, Pierre decides to marry Louise, as deep down, he too wants to be close to Marie. As days pass by, both Marie and Louise begin to visit Pierre at his apartment, where they would pose in immoral positions. Because of taking too many pictures and spending too much time in the darkroom, Pierre eventually loses his eyesight. But he tells Marie that he has no regrets and he still keeps thinking of all the good memories he shared with Marie. One day, Marie publishes her book L'Inconstant under the pseudonym Gérard Diouville, which instantly becomes a major hit. Over time, she published many books in her career and became one of the most popular female writers of her time. But despite her popularity, she never stopped loving Pierre, the love of her life. This movie end here. Subscribe, please.